Namaste everyone. Let's start the class with a short prayer. After that, we'll chant the mantras of Katopanishad from 7th mantra till 14th mantra, and then we'll see the explanation part. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Me Sada. Yastu Vijnanavan Bhavatya Manaskah Sada Suchihi न स तत्पदमाप्नोति संसारं चाधिगच्छति. यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति समनस्कः सदा शुचिः स तु तत्पदमाप्नोति यस्माद्भूयो न जायते. विज्ञानसारथिर्यस्तु मनः प्रग्रहवान्नरः सोऽध्वनः पारमाप्नोति तद्विष्णो परमं पदम्. इन्द्रियेभ्यः पराह्यर्ता अर्थेभ्यश्च परं मनः मनसस्तु परा बुद्धेरात्मा महान् परः. महतः परमव्यक्तम् अव्यक्ता पुरुषः परः पुरुषात् न परं किञ्चित् सा काष्ठा सा परागतिः. येषु सर्वेषु भूतेषु गूढात्मानः प्रकाशते दृश्यते त्वग्जया बुद्ध्या सूक्ष्मदर्शिभिः. यच्चेदमनसि प्राज्ञस्तद्गच्छेत् ज्ञानमात्मनि महत् नियच्छेत्तद्गच्छेत्तात्मनि. उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान्निबोधत क्षुरस्य धारा निश्चिता दुरत्या दुर्गं प्रतस्याव्यक्तो वदन्ति. Okay, we are done with the chanting part. Now we'll see the explanation of each and every mantra. Since I have already done with the chanting, I'll just read the mantra and then we'll see the explanation. यस्त्व विज्ञानवान् भवत्य मनस्कः सदा शुचिः न स तत्पदमाप्नोति संसारं चाधिगच्छति. So it means, this mantra means, if a person whose mind is distracted, whose mind is not in a proper fashion, he loses his discriminative capacity. He loses that discriminative capacity of what is temporary and what is permanent, what is right and what is wrong, what is real and what is unreal. He will lose that discriminative capacity. When he will lose that discriminative capacity, if his mind is distracted, and his mind will be totally get impaired. So if a person whose mind is distracted, he will definitely lose his discriminative capacity and his mind will become impure. Then what will happen? His soul will never attain his goal, but that will enter into the cycle of birth and death. So birth and death means, the cycle of birth and death means, first that person will be born and again he will be under the bondage of samsara, again he will be dead and again he will be reborn and again he will be dead. The cycle will be keep on repeating. When this will happen? If the person whose mind is distracted, then he will lose the discriminative capacity and his mind will get impaired. Then his soul will never attain the goal of moksha, which is the liberation. But he will definitely go through under the cycle of birth and death, which is the bondage of samsara. That is the meaning of this mantra. We'll move to the next mantra. Yastu Vijnanavan Bhavati Samanaska Sada Suchihi Satu Tatpadamapnoti Yasmadheyo na Jayate. So, like the same way, if the person whose mind gets restrained, whose mind is restrained, it possesses discriminative and remains pure. So, it is opposite to the last mantra which we have explained. So, in the last mantra, what we have seen, if the person whose mind is distracted, then he will lose the discriminative capacity and his mind will be impure. But here, this mantra is saying, whose mind is restrained, then it possesses the discriminative capacity. So he will get that discriminative capacity of what is right and what is wrong, what is temporary and what is permanent, and his mind will be pure, it will remain pure. And then what will happen? The soul, his soul will definitely attain the goal which he will not born again. That means he will get liberation. He will be attaining that Swargaloka Prapti, which is a heaven. So it is totally opposite to the last mantra which we have seen. We'll move to the next mantra. Vijnana Sarathiryastu Manah Pragrahavaannaraha Sodvanah Paramapnoti Tadvishno Paramam Padam. Here this mantra says, a person who has that discriminative capacity for his charioteer, he will hold the reins of his mind firmly and reaches the end of the road, which is the supreme position of Vishnu. So it is similar in the last mantra what we have seen, whose mind is in a proper fashion and his mind will be pure and he will definitely attain the goal of liberation, which is a moksha. So here this mantra is saying, the person who has that discriminative capacity, he will definitely attain the end of the road. End of the road means the goal. What is the person's ultimate goal? Who has that discriminative capacity? That person's ultimate goal will be to get the liberation, which is the Swargaloka Prapti. So he will get rid of the bondage of samsara. Bondage of samsara means the cycle of birth and death. And he will definitely attain the supreme position of Vishnu. In the sense, it is the highest position in the Swargaloka. And again, he will not be born again. He will remain in the Swargaloka until the end of the Kalpa. That's what this mantra means. We'll move to the next mantra. Here we'll see the two mantras at one go. Why? Because here there is a continuation. Indriyebhyah parahyarta artebhyascha param manaha manasastu para buddhiratma mahan paraha mahatah paramavyaktam avyakta purushah paraha purushartha param kinchit sakashta sa paragatihi. Here this mantra says, the person, he will be having the senses, sense of touch, sense of visible, and a sense of taste. These five senses we have, right, for any person. So here this mantra says, beyond our senses there are sense objects. Beyond the sense organs there are sense objects, and beyond that sense objects there is a mind, and beyond the mind there will be an intellect. Intellect means that capacity of the mind has intellect, what is temporary and what is that discriminative capacity, from where it will be attained, from the intellect, that intelligence. So this mantra is saying, beyond our sense organs there are sense objects, and beyond the sense objects, what are there? There is a mind, and beyond the mind there will be an intellect. So beyond that intellect there will be a great atma. Atma is nothing but a Brahman, which is a permanent. So beyond that Atma, there will be an unmanifest. And beyond that unmanifest, there is a Purusha, that Purushartha. And beyond that Purusha, there is nothing but an end, which is the supreme goal of moksha. So this is what this mantra means. Finally, what it is saying means, finally at the end there will be a supreme goal, which is a moksha. That is supreme, which is the highest. Apart from that, after that, there is nothing beyond over that. So that is the ultimate thing, which is the moksha, which is the liberation. We'll move to the next mantra. Eshu sarveshu bhuteshu gūಢātmāna prakāshate drishyate pragnaya buddhya sukshma dashibhihi. So here this mantra says, the self means, the self is nothing but Atma, which is Brahman. So that self is hidden in all beings, all living beings. It will be hidden, and it don't shine forth. It will not be shining forth, but it will be seen by the subtle seers. In the initial classes, we have seen about the casual body, subtle body, these things, right? If you didn't read about that, can you please go through that class once again? Otherwise, you will not understand this mantra. So here this mantra is saying the self, that Atma, which is hidden in all living beings, but it don't shine forth. But it will be seen only by the subtle body, the people who are under subtle body, through their one-pointedness and the subtle intellect. So I'll repeat this mantra once again. The self, which is Atma, which is nothing but Brahman, it will be hidden in all living beings, but it don't shine forth, but it will be seen only by the subtle seers through their one-pointedness and their subtle intellect. So that's what this mantra means. We'll move to the next mantra. Yachedang manasi प्राज्ञस्तद्दच्छेत् ज्ञानमात्मनि ज्ञानमात्मनि महति niyachetachedātma atmani. So here this mantra says the wise person. The wise person means, so there are two types of persons, right? The wise person and then the ignorant person. So wise person means who knows and who knows what is right and who does what is right, who always go in a right path, who is a righteous person. And that wise person, he should merge his speech in his mind, and he should merge his mind in his intellect. So the wise person, the person who is who knows what is right and who does right things and who goes in a right fashion, that righteous person, he should merge his speech in his mind and his mind in his intellect, and he should merge his intellect in cosmic mind, and he should merge his cosmic mind in the tranquil self. That's what this mantra means. We'll move to the next mantra. उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान्निबोधत क्षीरस्य धारा निश्चिता दुरच्यता दुर्ग प्रयस्तत्वयो वदन्ति. So here finally this mantra is saying, people arise and awake and approach to the Brahman, who is the great and learned person, and like the sharp edge of the razor is the path. The wise people say it is very hard to tread and difficult to cross. So what is difficult to cross? This bondage of samsara. So the wise person is saying, so this bondage of samsara, it's very difficult. It's not that easy to cross. People has to go in a step by step fashion. It can't be achieved at one go. So first they have to go through that Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. So first they should have that proper faith, trust and bhakti in Shastra and his guru's words, and then he should analyze it and he should implement it, and he should go in a right path, and his mind should be always focused and like a sharp edge of the razor. And it is not that easy, and it is very hard like a thread, and it is very difficult to cross this bondage of samsara. So the people has to go in a proper fashion and with the complete trust in the shastra, and then only he will be achieved this liberation, which is a moksha. That's what this mantra means. So we are done with today's class. In the next class we will be seeing the next few mantras. So I'll close this class with a closing prayer. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्छते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ